Wraith has pressure to farm, but I do not play Wraith because I myself am racist. Drifter has pressure.
Calling himself out. Oh my god.
You will notice that there is a lot of footage of Pocket.
Dude, I hated Pocket mains so bad. Pocket mains can go suck up. I hate Pocket mains in this game. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Red Senshi and you call me Red or Senshi. And today we are reacting to a Max0r video. We haven't watched a Max0r video in a hot minute. And we're watching his Deadlock review. It's a team game. I played Deadlock when it was on beta. I think it was on beta. And it was pretty fun. So I'm kind of excited to see like what they've added and the types of characters they've added. Anyways, let's get into the video.
Hello everybody, it is me, Makes McBad Videos here. The YouTube algorithm has made its opinions known. High quality, highly edited content with a myriad of explanatory context is not what the people of this website demand. And I have been graciously informed via the magic of Google's Gemini AI that my videos would perform better if I released them within a 4-month time span, while covering such informative topics as AI videos of old women with boulders killing everyone on Chinese glass bridges. Unfortunately, I cannot make slop content because I am too busy creating garbage. The Deadlock logo being here is a coincidence. Therefore, I will be making a video that takes even more effort than the previous ones.
This guy was like the meta. He was the meta in the beginning. I forgot their names, by the way, so I'm just not gonna refer to them by their names. But I remember the characters. He kind of looks like Teshin from Warframe too.
Suffers from even longer delays and is comprised of 9 consecutive mental breakdowns. Then, when the video does not hit hard enough to get me on Beast Games, I will be making up the difference with my Patreon and by selling the viewer Gamer Sups energy drinks. There is no gun pointed at my head, whereby following the link in the description, said viewer can access energy at 40 cents per serving, comprised of delicious flavors such as Graveyard Dirt, Lean, and Plowed and Proud.
Okay, lean was actually pretty good. I like lean. Lean is a good flavor.
While of course coping with my myriad of mental crises by becoming addicted to the only game that matters anymore. Deadlock is a MOBA. It's a shooter.
Yes.
It's a movement shooter.
Yes.
It's a Bing Gong. It's on Tubi. You have to apply for this position on Snagajob or you will fucking starve to death. All of these terms technically apply to the software that you are currently viewing, and all of them are completely meaningless. But if I were to try and describe the concept of Deadlock to you, I would say that this is the game that one-shot my amygdala and hit my neurodivergent friend group like crack in the 80s. These people are employed and actively neglected their marriages for this.
The boys hopping in to play Deadlock. Yeah, this is making me want to download it already.
So after experiencing the sanitarium disguised as ones and zeros for a couple hundred games, I am now beginning to understand why. And hopefully by the end of this video, so will you. But first, there are some complications and qualifications that come with the territory. Deadlock is a game that is, as of the writing of this video, in early playtesting. In fact, like a vampire, you literally can't even enter the game right now unless a friend invites you in.
Wait, how long ago is this? A month ago. Wait, is that still how it works?
Realistically, this is not a concern, because your friend's house apparently has tens of thousands of other vampires already inside of it. Many of the things that you will see in this video will change in the future, and a lot of the visuals for this game are
oh my gosh, the goo lady. I love the goo lady.
Literally unfinished. Every single enemy in the entire jungle is a slightly bigger variation of a single eyeball. Our base is a brutalist architectural statement by Yugoslav monument builders. Viper's model looks like it is a mascot horror antagonist.
Introduce you to the
Holiday is currently wielding an untextured gray slab instead of a gun, and when you take even a single look at Viscus's model, you can literally see the bones and joints that the animators are using as guidelines. I do not actually care, because even if the visuals for this game were properly finished, it is still utterly incomprehensible the moment that 3 people are visible on the screen. Bro, what the fuck is happening? I'm playing Drifter, I didn't patch shapes and colors. That is not out of the ordinary. In fact, it is the intended experience. I, for one, have played this game for an extensive period of time, and even still, the things I see my teammates do continue to surprise me to this day.
Ivy keeps taking all the farm and then doing nothing with it!
Yeah,
just at least let me have it, I can fucking cook! I'm trying to cook and Ivy's trying to make AI-generated food.
I feel as if I am the biblical Noah, and I cannot yet build an ark big enough to carry these fucking animals.
Yeah, unfortunately, even with one good carry, that's not gonna win you the game. It is a team game. Everyone has to carry their own weight.
How does Deadlock work? To put it simply, it is like League of Legends,
Yeah.
but you actually play the game. MOBAs are very unique among video games and usually not for any good reason. They are hard. They are really hard to play. I am really hard right now. Being a new player is usually an exercise, and witnessing everyone else perform unusual, highly choreographed shamanistic rain dances for 20 minutes. You try your best to mimic their movements, but it is not the same. And every single time that you get a movement wrong, you are struck by lightning and instantaneously die. Also, there is a blood demon on the opposing team whose name is Down Syndrome. Wait, that guy's name is Tony Hawk Tua.
Okay, Tony Hawk 2 is great.
How am I supposed to cope with being killed by this? Will this video help you play better? No, absolutely not. But what I can do is give you all of the wrong information about this game, and then confidently assert that I am simply suggesting an off-meta build. For example, Deadlock takes place in the streets of New York City during the true events of West Side Story, in which two sides, known only as the Puerto Ricans and the Italians, vie for dominance in a supernatural gang war.
Why is their name Mina's Rag?
Contracting 12 of this game's many notorious gangsters, autistic women,
Dude, the character looks so cute. Books, psychopath.
trust fund children, interdimensional germa, as well as literal sand, goo, goats, and every vampire on the sex offender registry to infiltrate deep into the Ops Section 8 and eventually report their entire team to Immigration's Customs and Enforcement. Much like real life, the team that actually wins the game is usually not the poor one. So more than actually pushing the enemy base or outright killing them using the bullets in your gun, or in Paige's case, unkind words. Oh my god, I'm Paige. My only personality trait is that I read. I hate you. I hate you, and I'm going to kill you. I am instead going to be emphasizing
Now I want to play Paige.
a wonderful conflation between correlation and causation to say that it is absolutely imperative at all times for your singular only focus to be mugging the homeless. Look, when I installed Deadlock, I very reasonably expected a game where you kill people? Yeah, get hard red, motherfucker, I'm jacking off. And yes, while that is certainly a part of the equation, the game that I actually found myself playing could best be described as a competitive Tang Dynasty agriculture. And every single time I see a drifter on my team, I think to myself, this motherfucker must be a really productive farmer, because miraculously, he is able to produce enough rice to feed
That character too. Oh, I can't remember his name, but they're so freaking annoying.
the entire enemy team. There is literally no rest. There is no downtime. If you are not giving someone, something, or somewhere the IRS handshake, you have already thrown the entire game. I once had a friend who actually read the descriptions of the items he was buying, and it caused him to lose the match. Taking away the enemy's resources and time is basically worse than killing them. In fact, it is most often the case that you will kill people in order to take their farm. So when it came time to actually choose a character to send to the rice fields competition, I wanted to focus on a character who had a little less pressure to farm. Seven has pressure to farm, and Seven is only played by people who are racist. Wraith has pressure to farm, but I do not play Wraith because I myself am racist. Drifter has pressure
Calling himself out. Oh my god.
to farm, and I would not let Drifter within 300 miles of an unattended child. So instead, I was initially very attracted to Mina because of her kit. Unfortunately for me, however, my friend's doctor has already diagnosed him with a skill issue, and if he does not get his preferred hero every single game, his symptoms will begin to manifest.
My ship, and you fucking get why the whole team go after what? How are there 5 of them?
I had 1,000 on me.
Leading me to begin my journey with the singular most difficult hero in the entire game. And if you've been paying close attention to the content of
Dude, I want rage moments with our team, Yui. Oh my god. How come no one in our team ever rages like that? Yeah, the only time I've ever had a crash out like that was in TFT, Teamfight Tactics. I need to be a toxic gamer again. I need to go back to my roots, be a toxic C player, and actually enjoy the game and rage at the game.
this video, which, good luck doing that.
What the? Is it just me? What the heck? Oh my god, that's 720! Oh, I'm so sorry.
You will notice that there is a lot of footage of Pocket.
Pocket, dude, I hated Pocket mains so bad. Pocket mains can go suck. I hate Pocket mains in this game.
Pocket is a hero with a very mobile, very punishing, and very involved playstyle. Mobile in just how fast I am able to successfully lose the game, punishing in that I am actively harming everyone else for being in the same game as me, and involved in that after 20 minutes of playing my keyboard like it's a goddamn piano, I somehow haven't managed to press even a single button correctly. Needless to say, learning Pocket as your first hero is something that I do not advise. And frankly, this hero is only for those with true hate in their cold and shriveled hearts. Pocket exists exclusively to annoy the enemy. First by dive bombing them with every damage type known to man, and then avoiding all of their damage by teleporting around and spot dodging the sum total of their abilities. Billy is a hero that works by charging a target and
okay, Billy is new. It's one of the newer characters. I've never tried.
Forming a big melee combo. Pocket simply dodges the combo. Bebop is a hero that works by hooking a target and placing bombs. Pocket dodges the bombs. Abrams is a hero that investigates his enemies for evidence of sexual misconduct, and Pocket dodges the consequences in court. I was not very good at this. As
Abram is also one of the tankier fellas.
Can be evidenced by this picture of me with Jeffrey Epstein.
My God.
In fact, despite all of Pocket's crazy potential and even crazier movement, nothing could compensate for the fact that I was just really bad at moving around. Movement, the act of venturing from one location to the other, has a learning curve in Deadlock, which makes complete sense if you think about it, because the time spent walking between different locations is precious time spent not harvesting rice, which is why every single farming hero coincidentally happens to move at Mach 10, and the greatest form of skill expression available to them is how hard they are able to hold the W key.
Mods,
All right, light speed 7 out.
Yeah, oh my god. See you moving away. So
Pocket
fast.
does not move at Mach 10, at least not without a significantly higher effort. And the best advice that I can possibly give for mastering your movement is to literally never do one thing. You can dash in this game. You can jump in this game. You can slide, wall kick, fly, double jump, and zip boost in this game. But if you just jump, just dash, or just slide within my vague sight range, I'm going to begin saying slurs that haven't been invented yet. If you need to dodge, follow it up with a slide. If you see a staircase, slide down and jump to keep carrying your speed. If you need to rotate a lane, dash jump into a slide, into another jump, into a wall kick, then brag about
wall kick? I think that's new. I don't remember the wall kick. Huh.
When you make a YouTube video. Take this clip, for example, where I fly above and hover into a dive bomb, then take cover, then dodge backwards, then teleport directly past the Abrams that was coming to gank me the entire time. But did I know that? No. Then, oh god, there is a fucking bisexual snake on the floor, so I gat the shit out of her, then follow it up with another dive bomb into a kill. Oh my god, that felt so fucking good! That felt crazy! My 7 shot a lot during that fight, I guess. Honestly, playing Pocket just feels like cheating at this point. Like, in this clip, I just turned the corner and get Freddy Fazbear jump scared, but guess what? I am actually over here now, and there was literally nothing they could do to kill me, but I am isolated from my team, so like, please cut the clip soon. But okay, as fun as it is to play Pocket and not do any plays that make actual sense.
I died to bleed.
No, you died because you fucking went in to kill her again after I told you not to do it.
Oh my god, you're still retarded. I'm actually having no fun right now. I'm leaving after this game. No, I'm so serious. I'm having no fun right now. Did you just show up, steal this wave, and then leave, you fucker?
I need the gold. I need the gold for my sick grandma. There will eventually come a time where you as a player...
Yeah, that's a big part of the game, is having to push the lanes too. It's a lot like League. Well, it is a MOBA.
Player will have to do something scary. Or after a long period of trying to do damage and realizing that nothing actually dies except you, you will be obliged, nay, forced even, to undergo the daunting, the treacherous, the haunting task of understanding the United States economy. We tried to teach a chimp the Deadlock macro, and the chimp taught itself suicide. As you can imagine, this was a task which I specifically picked Pocket to avoid doing. Unfortunately for me, however, killing, movement, and styling on my enemies is not what actually wins me games. Because what actually wins me games is a complicated series of socio-economic factors. Deadlock, like real life, is a game where income disparity translates directly into a tactical advantage via Lockheed Martin guided missiles. And the main avenue of achieving this advantage is learning how to understand our item build. What?
Oh my god, the build. The build. I just go for the recommended. I don't even bother to try to understand. I mean, the more you play, the better you understand what items you need, depending on like who's on the enemy team and stuff. It's a learning process, but it's fun.
Is the point of buying items in Deadlock? The obvious answer, of course, is to buy more items. And the more items that everyone buys and the longer the game goes on, the more likely that one person is to disconnect due to an actual domestic dispute. But more broadly, as the game continues to escalate, we are tasked with building our digital homunculus to achieve one of 3 objectives: covering your hero's weaknesses, of which you are guaranteed to have quite a few, countering your enemy's build so they do not actually have any fun, and doing so much damage to the enemy that your bullets transcend the boundaries of software to kill your opponent in real life. To this end, the item shop is extremely large, and ideally, your item build is going to be different every single game. This was a challenge for me, considering that I didn't even know what my enemies actually did, let alone what particular choice among 151 items would cause them to burst into flames. So initially, I decided that the best course of action would simply be to build raw spirit damage on every single hero I played. As a pocket, I do not build defensive items. I do not build shield items. I build Boundless Spirit within 20 minutes of the game start, and if I ever get caught out, I die. Why are there 4 people here? Look at your fucking walkers! This had some mixed results. Yes, I did do a lot of damage with my cloak, but for the other 90% of the fight, I was basically worse than useless. I had spec'd into a teamfight assassin character, and yet, because of my own hubris, I was stuck playing as a backline caster. This wasn't what I wanted to play. By the way, my natural voice is like deeper than I narrate in the video. It required items that I was extremely slow to farm. It required execution that I did not consider very fun. And most importantly, I was ignoring the very mobility that drew me to Pocket in the first place. So you know what? Maybe Pocket was too hard of a hero for me to play. And maybe, just maybe, my time would be better spent learning something new. But then, I realized something. Something which has been hiding in plain sight this entire time. Because Pocket has a gun.
Yes.
That is right, buddy. This video was never actually a review of Deadlock. I fucking got you. I was actually building up to talk about Glocket the entire time. And all
I feel like this is all about a Pocket video.
All footage to this point has been specifically selected so you would not see what I was really playing. Please hear me out. Yes, Pocket doesn't have any abilities that actually do any gun damage, but he does have abilities that buff all of his damage, buffs his bullets, and auto-reloads his gun, meaning that we effectively have a double-sized magazine with 40% more gun damage and high mobility on a fucking shotgun. Oh, but Max0r, that's actually a volley gun. It fires rifle rounds. Shut up. Shut up, I don't care. I'm going to harvest your balls with an ice cream scooper. But the main advantage of playing Glocket is that it is frankly such a stupid idea that your enemies will never expect you to actually fucking do it. And frankly, most of them have literally never played against this and do not know how to change their gameplay. It is that stupid, and yet it just works.
It works.
I know it doesn't sound like it's supposed to work, and frankly, it takes even more button presses to actually make sense, but it works.
Slowing Hex on you.
Clad pussy wagon chicken nuggets.
What?
What the fuck are you saying? Do not screw up any of your abilities or your damage will be cut by 40%. Okay, I get it. You want to actually see for yourself. So here's a clip where from the enemy's perspective, there is literally no one there before I jump in, buff myself, fly straight into the drifter, and you can see from his reaction that he's just like,
walking
how
away.
the fuck did you do that? That was a lot of input, so here's a clip where I just slowly walk up and snub-nose John Lennon. Or how about this one where I straight up kill Lady Geist before her entire
Or maybe he's just, you know, fed. Maybe he's also just fed, has a lot of items on him already.
Our team decides to enter a clown car, and you would think in this situation that I would be dead, but guess what? I have already teleported away, and Yamato has grabbed my character, so you don't really need to see what happens next. This is it. This is the pocket build that I have always wanted to play, and all it took was the proper innovation and stupidity to actually think of it as a possibility. With Glocket, I can finally fight my enemies face to face. I can finally farm. I can finally push. Finally ignore building defensive items because the old men cannot possibly match my speed. And most importantly, most crucially, and most cantankerously, I have already lost the game. Yeah, so after a bit of trial and error, this is the final pocket build. It is.
Oh my god. Even the build looks really different. Yeah, the build looks way different from before. But this is exactly what I hate pocket means. Max0r is just really good at showing why.
It is not a perfect build. It does require execution, and you have to be very careful what you're doing with it. There ain't no way, dude.
How did you get away?
There ain't no fucking way. But after playing Pocket for longer than most of my viewers have been alive, I can definitely say one thing with absolute certainty. Playing Glocket may not be the perfect build or even the optimal build, but it is very fun. And at the end of the day, you're going to improve a lot more playing what you actually find fun, not what other people tell you to play.
Yeah.
Unless you want to play Paige, don't do that. But hey, even if I can't always solo carry the entire team, there is still a chance that we can win this game. Just not a good one, because while the enemy may have 6 heroes on their side, we have 7. The hero 7, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, and then 7 proceeded.
7 is one of the biggest carries in the game. Well, he was basically the meta back then too. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore he said that. No, chat, stop. Down, chat down, bad chat.
To say slurs that I didn't even know existed.
What's the matter? Can't kill me, Fireboy!
Fire.
Yeah, run in here! I'm 7!
Let's address the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, Deadlock is what you would call a team game, requiring, not suggesting, real strategy and communication to actually win. This, of course, is not going to happen, mainly because people are too busy role-playing as their actual in-game characters when they bother to communicate their intentions at all. Did Victor just kill himself? What the fuck do you mean, whoopsie daisy? Pain battery for stability. And to prove to you that this is genuinely how people speak in this game, here is a clip where my Mina, who is a canonically entitled asshole, makes fun of the oldest member of the enemy team for having a dead son by telling him to get a dog instead. To which the old man cleverly responds with, "I can't indoctrinate my dog to vote Republican." Or how about this clip where the enemy team starts off by role-playing as The Lash, a character whose lore section contains a single sentence, after which his teammate asks me if I am like Max0r the YouTuber, to which my Mirage responds with, "No, Max0r the pedophile." This is because for every single hero in Deadlock, the personality of the character is genuinely reinforced by their playstyle, which becomes extremely evident the moment that anyone on your team chooses to play a 7. And after spending a few games conducting research, it is beginning to dawn on me why the fan canon of this hero is that he is incredibly, unabashedly racist. 7 is the complete opposite of Pocket in every way. Where Pocket makes opportunities, 7 takes opportunities. When Pocket is making space to farm, 7 is taking space to farm. And by the time that 7 is finally done farming, the enemy team will have probably died of old age, meaning that—
True. As I said, I would just eat all the farm in the whole map. Push farm, push farm, push farm. Team kill, push farm. He's just a really strong character overall, but he was broken back then. I don't know about now.
For a majority of the time, 7 is stuck playing a combination of Solitaire and Minesweeper, as well as being completely reliant on teammates who, ever since it was taken out of the pipes, have been taking supplements for a holistic source of all natural lead.
I'm in. She's one.
Adam, what the fuck were you doing in there? Leading to what is likely a 30-minute farming build-up, only to lose through no fault of your own I promise. In these circumstances, I too would be using my no words. So as more proof that this is genuinely how people speak in this game, here is an entire game with a 7, I don't have the replay shots, where he responded to every single death that he had by insulting the enemy in all caps, which by the way happened about 10 times or so, without even successfully securing a single kill, to which the enemy Sinclair would respond by continuing to rage bait him to death. We won that game, by the way. Thank you for asking.
Hey man, if you can't avoid getting fucking rage baited by this Sinclair and you can't like do anything, you need to fucking find a different
Oh
option.
my
Play
God.
a different game. I do not ever want to play with you again.
Moral of the story is, Deadlock as an experience is like a combination of playing a hero shooter and visiting a human zoo. Fuck. If you get good teammates and ideal circumstances, it can be extremely fun. But very often, you will not get ideal circumstances, and that can also be really fun too, just in a completely different way. So if bad communication happens to get your Bebop to knock you into the enemy and instantly get you killed, or gets your Billy to do a gotcha game directly in the middle of a team fight,
Oh my god!
causes your team to have a team fight within the confines of a single closet. What's going on here?
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, I love those. I
Or
love
gets you
those.
double kidnapped from across the entire map.
What the fuck?
Goodbye.
It's so freaking rude. It's so rude.
That was so fucking funny.
So rude.
I'm in danger. It is best to still be thankful for every single game of Deadlock that did not go quite as planned. And the funniest experiences that I've ever had in this game were not very funny when I was actually playing it.
Just make sure you come in my mouth and everything will be okay.
Whoa, buddy, what
my
the fuck?
line?
I'm Max0r, and
Hello?
you should get money to my Patreon so that I do not starve to death. And if this video gets enough views, I will maybe make another one in the future. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more. Do not select page on this screen or I will make your tendons into a jump rope.
Let's go! Thank you for watching this pocket video with me. That was more of a pocket video. But yeah, this is making me want to try out Page. Now I want to try out Page. Also, this is a banger song. And look at all of his Patreons. Oh, that was a great video. But again, thank you for watching this with me. I will say the cringe thing. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed the video.